We are live, you guys. Very, very excited about this. This is going to be awesome. All right, just want to get a couple of people on, see what we got going on. Yep. All right, guys. So I'd like to wait for more people to get in on the lives. Maybe more people will get in as we go along. All right, you guys. So for today's episode, it is government shutdowns. These meltdowns are kind of interesting to watch. It's quite interesting, I will say. Why do the Democrats think socialism is the way to go, and why they think it's going to have the win on the national stage in elections? We shall see what that really means for the United States. I think we already know what it means for New York, future of New York. We've obviously seen this result in California. It doesn't seem to be working for them yet. They still want to go down that way further and further left. Their economic policies obviously not going to work. And a quick question, you personal story, I'm going to save it for the end, but a quick question. Why is it that when we talk about men and their money, they seem to want to spend their money on women? They don't even get the phone numbers to. That did happen. And I'm going to save that one for the end so you guys will have the time to get into the chat and actually tell me why you think that is, because I find it quite interesting as to why men do this. Okay, welcome back to an episode of Archie's Briefings, you guys. I'm your host, Archie Branch, as you know. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so that way you never miss an episode. You guys can obviously support the show, support the channel of, Pocket Politics, the new an approved name, thanks to you guys, my viewers and my subscribers. Okay, so I just want to go ahead and dive right in, you guys, because this is going to be a pretty lengthy video. It's live, obviously, so we're going to just dive right into this. Now, when it comes to these government shutdowns, the first one during the Trump term, in the first term, happened back in 2018. It lasted for 35 days. This was the longest government shutdown to happen in American history. Like, that is what happened here, at least on record. To our knowledge, 35 days under the first term of President Donald J. Trump. We are obviously, I believe, we're in day 21 or day 22. So, and I did say in previous videos that I do think this could go on record being longer than the 35-day shutdown that took place during Trump's first term. I do believe that this is going to get to that 35-day period, because the Democrats are obviously not interested in negotiating. And, it's, again, not so much about what's going on with the government, but how this is affecting people and their behavior. Shutdowns, because now we're heading into November in like less than 2 weeks. And I'm seeing a lot of these TikTok videos of particularly women saying that they are okay with committing crimes. They want to break the law. They are okay with just robbing these stores. Walmart seems to be coming up like a lot. And I do think it is worth talking about. I can't even, when I see these videos, I've heard some arguments, you guys, some of the arguments that I've been hearing. This is one of the wildest ones before I start showing the videos. The wildest argument that I've heard about why government should be doing benefits, increasing benefits for the American people is, well, because conservatives are pro-life and they won't let me abort my child, I should be able to get government benefits. But how are you calling conservatives hypocrites because we're pro-life over you not getting government benefits? Like, I don't even see how they're drawing the lines. How do you reconcile these two things? Yes, as a conservative, we're pro-life. I don't believe you should be sacrificing your life, your child's life, at the altar of the government, number one. And number two, the government before Trump, before the second term, rewarded every child you had. So every baby you had out of wedlock, the government would reward you for it. So a woman could have 10 babies. I've seen videos of 12 baby daddies. Like, I can't even believe it. But for every child they had out of wedlock, they got money from the government. So if anything, if there was a reason for someone who wasn't a Christian to be pro-life, were government handouts. How they drew that line and how you can blame conservatives for not allowing you to murder your babies, even though this is not something that is nationwide. It's state specific because he left it up to the states when Roe v. Wade was overturned. How you were able to equate and draw the lines between not being able to murder your babies in all 50 states to you no longer being able to get government benefits, and how that even related to the government shutdown at all. Quite fascinating. You guys, these videos are insane. The arguments are insane. And of course, you guys know me. I went looking for more videos. So we're going to go over some of these, meltdowns that I'm seeing all over TikTok, all over YouTube. And again, I love these content creators on YouTube because I don't actually got to go downloading videos and taking up too much space on my computer because they're willing to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys a couple of these meltdowns. They're hysterical. They are hilarious. And you guys, some of them I've watched, some of them I didn't. So, you're watching my reaction. Let's just start off with some of these videos because I do find it quite interesting what they look like. So I'm going to pull this up now. And because it's remarkable. It's just like, it's remarkable. All right. Here we go.
Donald motherfucking Orange Man J. Trump. I'm gonna tell you just like this. What the fuck you mean? Who ain't getting that goddamn food stamps in goddamn November? Cause I'm getting my goddamn shit. I don't know about the rest of you motherfuckers, but I'm getting my shit. Cause I'm gonna tell you just like this on Jesus Lamar motherfucking Christ. I will be at motherfucking Walmart with my steel toes on and my motherfucking helmet, and I dare a bitch try to stop me from walking out that motherfucking store with my groceries. Baby, I'm 250 pounds solid. Baby, you want to see a human motherfucking bulldozer, baby?
Okay, just before I let her go on, you guys, like, come on. What is the point? I can't even. What was the point in all of that? That was just too much. That was ridiculous. She's cracking me up. The language is crazy. How she could be cussing, using profanity while saying the Lord's name, I find to be outrageous. I mean, you're taking the Lord's name in vain, and then you've got the F-bomb and Jesus Christ all in the same sentence. I find that but we're supposed to be Christians. Black people are supposed to be Baptists. We're supposed to love the Lord and respect his authority, but this is what we do, and insane.
That's what the fuck I'm gonna turn into. If you think you gonna stop me from leaving out that goddamn store with my motherfucking monthly groceries that I get every goddamn month, I ain't bothering no goddamn body, okay?
Why are her eyes doing that?
Bothering me and my goddamn food. I'm just so tired of his big back, bald head, cradle cap having ass.
Did she just say big back about Trump? The man lost mad weight. Like, I know out here who are saying they think Trump is sick because he looked like he lost a lot of weight compared to the first term. I mean, he was eating a lot of cheeseburgers. That's what he said in the first term. He was eating a lot of cheeseburgers, no time to eat a home cooked meal, even by the White House chefs. But how are you calling somebody a big back? I won't say, you guys, you fill in that blank. You fill that in.
Shaped like a motherfucking penguin any motherfucking way, albino motherfucking walrus looking ass. I'm sick of him. Like, it's gonna be an episode of goddamn Snap if y'all turn them goddamn Snap benefits off. I can tell you that.
Yo.
Are you ready to stop guessing and to start?
You guys, I'm sorry about the ad, but that she's hilarious. That was hilarious. Now some more. What else?
The ghetto. SNAP benefits will not be issued for the month of November.
Yeah, we knew that. I'm gonna fast forward, guys.
I'm a social worker and a caseworker.
Get to the next one.
I have been working in the social service field for over 10 years.
What does she got to say?
I don't believe he is who he is, and he has the last say so. He gonna feel like I don't believe it, and I truly believe that. So when y'all go in the store, can y'all just give me a pack of noodles and a case of water or something like that?
So you want people to steal for you?
News, so I don't really know how true it is or not. And I'm not going to go looking for it because they say if you go looking for something, you go find it. I don't want to go find out about us not getting no motherfucking food stamps next month.
Yo.
But once again, that goes back to me saying I'm not worried about it because I'm God's child and I know He's going to take care of me and mine.
Okay, so you're God's child. Yes, you are. But you don't want to steal. You want other people to steal for you. So there's just there's a lot wrong with that. Okay. Number one, you made a promise. You're trying to be you're a child of God. You want to behave in the ways that the Lord wants us to behave. You're not trying to become a thief, right? I mean, Old Testament and New Testament, thou shalt not steal. It's quite clear. I don't think he's, confusing anybody here. I think it's quite clear about what's going on here. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't steal, but then don't be encouraging other people to steal. Because I feel like not only is that just lazy, but it's also wrong. Okay. You don't want to steal, but you're going to make other people steal for you. There's a lot wrong with that statement. A lot wrong. Don't be out here telling people to steal for you because you don't want to do it. And because you made a promise to God. Shouldn't you be out here encouraging other people to stick with the Lord, stick with God so they don't become criminals themselves? Insane.
Is he going to make sure we straight? So whatever Donald Trump got going on, hey, I'm going to let him do it. But when God get over there to that White House, and twist his motherfucking fingers back for over here playing with his motherfucking kid, I ain't going to say nothing. I won't say nothing.
The language is crazy in these videos, you guys.
See, really got us fucked up, and I don't want nobody getting down in my comments talking about some just go get a job and get you something to eat, baby. Look, I just told y'all, regardless of food stamps or not, me and Kingston, we gonna eat. We're gonna eat good.
Okay, then what's your problem?
I gotta make me some noodles with some hamburger meat.
That's what you do. Ramsey says rice and beans. Eat some hamburgers and noodles.
Y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card. As soon as that bitch say ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm gonna have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard you gonna think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass.
All right, I'm gonna leave it there. This is the lady whose channel this is, Chantel Simone. Thank you so much, because I didn't actually have to go looking for it, you guys. I'm going to come out of this because, well, it's clear. All those videos, the language was crazy. The language was insane. I don't even understand. No, I do understand. They get frustrated. They're not being thoughtful. They don't really care. They're just putting out all this content and they're just complaining. And here's the thing, stupid criminals, that last one especially, right? Stupid criminals. Maybe don't, say that you're going to commit this crime. And if you're planning on bringing someone with you to be, physically violent with other people, I feel like this is conspiracy to commit crimes. First theft, and then assault. Like, it's a conspiracy if it's multiple people talking about doing something that hasn't actually occurred yet. That's a conspiracy, okay? That's what it is. And you are saying you are going to engage in this kind of behavior. So if the government doesn't give you your benefits, you're going to become criminal. I did a whole video about this, you guys. Interestingly enough, there are people in my comment section saying, oh no, it's not real. Oh no, Archelle, you're just reading too much into this. The lady you're showing is just a comedian. It's true. Because everybody out here making videos like this are not comedians. Everybody out here making videos saying that they're going to become criminals are not obviously making jokes about this. They are saying that because their God of government is not going to do for them, then they are going to become criminal. See, as Christians, I believe, the Bible tells me so. So I'm not going to be out here committing these crimes. But if the government don't give you what you want, then you're going to be out here committing crimes? Yeah, no, I believe your so-called scripture as government dependent individuals. Yeah, your scripture are the laws of the land. It's just what the politicians make you do. That's your Bible in a sense. At the altar of the government, you will behave if you get what you want. But if you don't get what you want, that's an excuse to go out here and become criminals. The arguments that I've been hearing from people on the left and people on TikTok and YouTube that, oh, conservative pro-lifers are hypocritical because you won't let me murder my baby. You won't let me get government assistance either. Outrageous, ridiculous. These are ridiculous arguments that because the government doesn't do for you, you think this is an excuse to go out here and become criminals, that you're going to go and you're going to commit crimes. And then you're dumb enough to record yourself saying you are going to commit crimes. Conspiracy, number one. And if you got multiple people willing to contribute and participate in these actions, yeah, it's a conspiracy. So you're not only going to be charged with theft, as well as assault, possibly assault with deadly weapons, but conspiracy to commit it, because it's all over YouTube. It's all over TikTok of you saying you are on committing these crimes. Outrageous. You guys go ahead and get in the chat. Let me know what you think about all of this. Do you think I'm just crazy when I say that I believe that for people who say, America has no king, that there's no king's rally and Trump thinks he's a king? No, I think you believe that your savior is the government. And you guys let me know if you think the same as well. And, like I said, you guys, I can't even, these people really love the idea of big government and big, just too much government interference in their lives, from their jobs to how they get their groceries to how they take care of their children. Every new child out of wedlock gets government benefits. Somebody goes in there, conservative ideals comes out and says, yeah, no, we have to flip it on its head, do something different, shrink the government down to size, get more Americans to be off being dependent and more independent, more likely to do what they want to do for themselves and participate in society as, law-abiding, hardworking citizens, then maybe that's what we should be doing out here. But that's what America First policies are about. That's what this administration's policies are looking like, at least domestically. And they have an issue with this, from the shutdown meltdowns that we're seeing to even the people who are in office and those who are also running in office. And so, you guys, I brought up the no kings phrase because you guys know Bernie Sanders, how do you pronounce his name? Mamdani, running for mayor in New York. It's interesting to me how these individuals will sit here and say that they want to go to the No Kings rally and they believe President Trump is a king, yet they want the government to be the king, to be the God of the people. And they can't really actually define Democrat socialism in a way that, is actually truthful to what socialism really is. So, you guys, I'm going to show you a couple of clips just to give you an idea of what I think is the case. Bernie Sanders was on The View this week, and he was asked about Democrat socialism. He was asked about Mamdani in New York and what the Democrat Party should be looking like moving forward. Should they be going further socialist and progressive, which they really should change that from something else, from progressive to something else, or should they stay more centrist, which clearly America has said yes. I talked about it in previous episodes. Kamala Harris would have gotten more votes had she gone with the governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, instead of going way left with Tim Walz. She would have saved herself a lot of headache. She may not have lost in such a miraculous, spectacular beatdown had she gone with the moderate. She obviously did not do that for a myriad of reasons. She wanted to appease the far left progressives along with the Palestinians. I mean, just interesting to me how the voters made it very clear. They don't want far left. They don't want socialism. They want common sense, affordability, policies that actually benefit them. Okay? Not the rest of the world. They don't care about the rest of the nonsense. No social justice, environmentalist nonsense. Just let me keep more of my money in my pocket and we don't have any problems. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start with that one clip from Bernie Sanders, you guys, because he talked about Democrat socialism and my goodness, no real definition, just no real definition, you guys. And it really is quite frustrating how we go from one place to the next. And still, no one really wants to define this, from Bernie to Mamdani. And it's, why do the Democrats think that this is actually going to, get them wins in elections is beyond me, because I don't really see why they think that's okay. But we are going to talk about it. I'm going to pull up this clip right now so that way we know exactly what the heck, because people, I don't know why they think this, but they think it, and it's ridiculous. Democrats, socialism, they never have any real definitions, like ever. Never real definitions. All right, guys, here we go. Let me unmute it first.
You've been campaigning with the front runner in New York City's mayoral race, fellow Democratic Socialist Zoran Mamdani. He's leading by double digits. He probably will be the next mayor of New York. Now, a recent Gallup poll showed that over half of Democratic voters prefer socialist-aligned figures like yourself, like AOC, like Mamdani, to more establishment centrist politicians.
First, dumb. If you didn't learn anything from the last election, do you guys remember 2020? During the campaign, President Trump had a Fox News with, what's her name, Martha McCallum. And he even said, I was prepared to go up against Bernie because I know the people don't like socialism. He's a socialist. I could, kick his butt in a debate because, well, the people don't want socialism on the national stage. Of course, we know what happened in 2020. I won't say it here, but right. The people don't want it. You saw it in this last election. So I don't even know why they keep trying to make this work.
Is this the direction the Democratic Party needs to go?
Well, I think Mamdani is running an extraordinary campaign.
Please.
He has, as I understand it, 80,000 people today knocking on doors for him. And that's how you win elections. Yeah. And that's what I believe. That's what I always believe. You don't go to people of money and do all these stupid 30-second ads. You mobilize people at the grassroots level. And I think in terms of democratic socialism, what people understand is there is something wrong in America today when one man, Mr. Musk, owns more wealth than the bottom 52% of American households. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. When we have more income and wealth inequality than we've ever had. When in the richest country in the world, we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major nation, the highest rate of senior poverty of almost any nation. We have a healthcare system which is falling apart.
Yeah.
Kids can't afford to go to college, housing crisis. And people are saying, you know what? Here's the radical idea. This is what democratic socialism basically means. Let's have a government that works for all the people.
Yeah, let's have a government that works for all the people. A government that works for all the people. Yo, I don't even believe you. You're old behind. Yo, just looking at him pisses me off. Yo, you are irritating, Bernie Sanders. Like, I don't even, like, he just annoys me. Words are shelf. Words. This is the problem right here when it comes to Democrat socialism. Neither one of these socialists, Democrat socialists, actually know how to define it. They can't even define it. I know what socialism is. And from everything that I've learned in history, okay, when history classes were actually making sense, I was in school before all of the nonsense. So yeah, we know what it is. It's problematic. It doesn't work out. And it's only just the step to a full out communist regime. You're seeing that happen in California. And as far as affordability issues goes, you guys, I live in Texas now. And the problems here are not the problems in New Jersey. New Jersey was wild. New York is wild. Cost of living is ridiculous. I know people who make $70,000 a year and they still living on low income housing in New Jersey. What? $70,000 a year, you could pay for a mortgage in Texas. Heck, you might even be able to do it in the right parts of Pennsylvania, being that it is a commonwealth. You could be paying a mortgage with that in certain states, but you couldn't do it in New Jersey. All the more reason why Democrats are worried about New Jersey, because they think it's going to flip red. A lot of the elderly, he has the nerve to talk about the elderly poverty. Yeah, so in the state of New Jersey, Governor Murphy was sued by the population of the elderly because he was pricing them out of their homes, constantly increasing their property taxes. My family ended up leaving New Jersey, had to give up their home because he increased the property taxes. That's what happened to my parents, who were, I would say, the older generation of the boomers. Yeah, that's what happened with my parents. Okay. You're not going to be out here saying that you care about the elderly. And it's these Democrats that are making it that much harder. Under Governor Christie, they were ballers. Okay. 2 cars, beautiful house with a pool and the white dog in the backyard. Like, that's what we had until prices went up. And then they move from one state to the next. That seems to be a tradition with the Democrats. Price people out of their homes. He has the nerve to sit here and talk about wanting to do right for the elderly. You want to talk about young people? Young people? I was an adult toddler in New Jersey, okay? Trying to afford a place on your own when you work a full-time job in New Jersey is difficult. Hard to feel like a sovereign, autonomous individual, man or woman, when you out here, okay, living and roommating with people, still living with your parents, but you working hard. I know plenty of young people who work full-time hours, 40 hours a week, taking on extra jobs, trying to build out brands and side hustles, and they can't live the life that they want to live because they live in states like New Jersey. That might change, and people are going to be better off for it. It may be remarkable if after, leaving those blue states, that all of a sudden things get different. And you're going to sit here and talk to me about Mom Donnie, and we got to do this. And it's Democrat socialism is a government that works for the people. If the shutdown doesn't teach you anything, it should show you this. This is what happens when the government can't be your hero, can't be your savior. When they can't be your savior, you want to go out here and commit crimes. That's ridiculous. You want to come out here and put all of your faith in the government so you have multiple babies out of wedlock with a bunch of different baby daddies. That's ridiculous. You want the government in your healthcare? It's already giving you your jobs, and that's not enough. Your food stamps, which is ridiculous because, well, you're not even budgeting the food stamps you actually get. Government dependency is just an opportunity for Americans to be freaking irresponsible. And it's a problem, obviously. And so the idea of having the government more involved is ridiculous. The shutdown over healthcare, frankly, the Obamacare subsidies, they were willing to go a whole year with a new edition of subsidies for a whole year. And Hakeem Jeffries said, no, it's laughable. AOC, Bernie Sanders at a town hall, they were like, no, Hakeem says it's laughable, so we're not going to do it. But frankly, the Democrats should have taken the deal. Conservatives were okay with the compromise because at least the government would be open. And this is what happens when the government is that much involved in your life. People don't get their food stamps. People don't get those subsidies for healthcare. People are not going to be able to get their, their pay for their rents. If you have federal jobs, you're not going to get paid. It's in people's jobs. It's in your groceries. It's in your housing. It's already this. It's in your healthcare. My goodness. My goodness. How much more do you want government to be involved in your life? A government that works for you. It ain't even working already. And you think we need more of it? Yo, Bernie, I'm gonna need you. I'm going to come out of this particular video, you guys, because there's another one I want to show you with Mamdani specifically. So this notion that Democrat socialism is something that is easy to define, which neither one of them actually define this thing at all. And neither one of them are giving any kind of credit to capitalism. Ironically, Bernie Sanders was on The View selling his book. Are you planning on sharing those proceeds, Mr. Sanders? Senator Sanders, are you planning on sharing the proceeds? Okay. What about that money you get from the lobbying PACs? What about the money you be getting as a senator that you be trading, day trading most likely? You gambling in on the market because you have not even gambling like it is for everybody else who isn't government. Are you planning on sharing your wealth? This man is rich himself, but you don't think that you should share that. It's like rules for thee, but not for me. Like, I got a problem with that. So I'm going to come out of this one, you guys, and I'm going to show you a video with Mamdani talking about what's going on with Democrat socialism and why he believes it, because it's ridiculous. They never have an answer. So let me just pull that up for you guys now, and we can talk about Mamdani because, my goodness, ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't even understand why we think that this is okay. It's not. More government. After all of this with the shutdowns, to say that you're still advocating for even larger government after all of this, you guys, is ridiculous to me. I don't understand how you have everyday citizens who are actively asking for this. How are you asking for more government when this is your reality? I don't even understand. Insane. Hang on, guys. I just want to make sure I got the right number here. My goodness, it's insane. Be advocating for more government when the government can't even get it right now. You can't even get it right now. Like, what is your problem? All right, you guys, here we go. I'm going to share this screen now, just so we got that taken care of. Like, my goodness, it's insane. I don't even understand. I don't understand. I do and I don't. It drives me nuts. Like, stark raving mad. Here we go.
And ultimately, even for him, life would get better, because what I'm looking to use this money for is to make the quality of life across the city better.
Okay, so when people say democratic socialist, right? And I'm curious what you think this means. I mean, do you like capitalism?
No, I have many critiques of capitalism.
Look at that
and
answer.
I think ultimately the definition for me of why I call myself a democratic socialist is the words of Dr. King decades ago. He said, call it democracy or call it democratic socialism. There must be a better distribution of wealth for all of God's children in this country. And that's what I'm...
So not a definition. And yes, Martin Luther King did say that. I think this is one of the reasons for why the late, great, wonderful Charlie Kirk said he disagreed with Martin Luther King. I do believe this is why some conservatives prefer the ideas, economic ideas of Malcolm X. I don't believe he was a socialist. So get in the comments. Let me know if you think that was the case with Malcolm X versus Martin Luther King. But the quote is real. I did do my research on Martin Luther King. He gave it in his speech. Because the issues of distribution of wealth, call it democracy, he said, or call it democratic socialism. Call it what you will, but there's got to be a better way of distributing wealth throughout the United States. And not a quote is not a definition. What is democratic socialism? Bernie gave us a little bit more, but still not an actual definition. For me, you guys, it's like when people say brand, digital brand. It's like, oh no, what is that? Like, what is it? I need a real definition. Oh, it's the digital version of you. Oh, it's everything you are. It's a niche. I need a concrete definition that if it were to pop up in the Merriam-Webster dictionary in a year, what would it say, right? So, okay, digital brand. This is a digital version of you that you can have the ability to get paid off of through streaming platforms, sponsorships, or sales. That's what a digital brand is. Boom, definition. We got a phrase, we got a definition. That's what it is. An influencer. What is that? Okay, this is the new word that was added to the Merriam-Webster dictionary in 2019. What does it actually mean? Oh, so you're a glorified salesman. You're a digital salesman. That's what you are. Okay, we got a word, we got a definition. What the heck is democratic socialism? Don't give me a quote. Don't give me some platitude. It's a government that works for you. No, capitalism has a definition. Socialism has a definition. These words have definitions. I'm going to need you to tell me, what is the difference between you and the Soviet Union? Because frankly, these are just baby steps to becoming the Soviet Union. You're going to have to explain that to me. And that quote from Martin Luther King is not a definition, Mr. Mamdani.
Focused on is dignity and taking on income inequality. And for too long, politicians have pretended that we're spectators to that crisis of affordability. We're actually actors, and to exacerbate it, like Mayor Adams has done, or to respond to it and resolve it, like I'm planning to do.
Okay. So, for people who say that America was built on, and a lot of immigrants, and obviously you speak from an immigrant experience. I mean, you came as a young child, but you speak to a lot of people who came much more recently, that they come to America because they believe in capitalism. They believe that if they work hard and make a lot of money, that's part of the American dream.
It is.
Do you think that's not part of the American dream?
I think the dream at its core is a dream for stability in one's life. And
you guys, like steam coming out my ears and my nose, just, he makes me mad.
That you work hard enough and that you then reap the benefits. Too many New Yorkers, and Americans for that matter, are working 8 hours and then still feeling like they haven't made enough money to keep living in the city they call home. And
okay, you guys, okay. He annoys the crap out of me. I'm born, raised New York, native New York. I got the dialect when I get upset, okay? He's making me mad. Take your immigrant behind out of my state, out of my city. I don't even want him there. You guys, he annoys me so much. Oh no, the American dream is stability. The American dream is ownership. That's the goal. It's always been the goal. Okay. We need ways to secure our ownership. Benjamin Franklin believed this. This is why we needed some stability and consistency in our monetary system and in our economic system. Yes. But ultimately, you hopeful heart, willing hand, you'll have the field, you'll have the field of the meadows. That's the idea. You'll have the home in the meadow. That's the song. Right. Hopeful heart, willing hand, home in the meadow is guaranteed. That's the idea. Okay. Like, you can't make this stuff up. The scripture says this. Okay. If you work hard, you reap what you sow. This is scripture. So listen, the Lord is consistent. The policies can change all they want to where it benefits and resembles that of what the Lord says or not. But what I can tell you is when you are willing to put pedal to the metal, when you are willing to grind, you're willing to work, you're willing to go and sacrifice being in these areas, being in those states, okay, then you can make something happen. I couldn't make it happen for me in New Jersey. That's why I bounced. My sister, my twin sister, she couldn't make it happen for her in New Jersey. That's why she bounced. In fact, I call her the pioneer. I just simply followed behind her a few years after her. But that's the whole idea. You're living in cities and states that do not respect your labor. That does not mean you go ahead and change the entire economic system because your state government doesn't respect you. Okay? The Lord was willing to sacrifice so he would be saved. You telling me you're not willing to sacrifice your love of the theater, your love of the wild nightlife of New York to go and actually live the life you want? Oh, I'm not trying to live 45 minutes away from my job. I'm trying to be able to walk. I want to be 15 minutes away. Young people being denied jobs because they're 45 minutes away. That's retarded. Yo, I'm going to need you. You guys, not a definition of Democrat socialism. A quote from Martin Luther King does not do it for me. And he's got some nerve sitting here trying to say that the American dream is stability, like it's not ownership. And the idea that you have young people out in America saying that this is what they want is ridiculous. I'm going to come out of this, you guys. And oh gosh, because just looking at him really bothers me. I got to come out of him. Gosh, you guys, it's insane. Okay. As a native New Yorker, I'm looking at, first of all, I was pissed when it was, Kathy Hochul over Lee Zeldin. This woman, I can't even call her the Wicked Witch because at least she had the guts to do something about trying to protect her territory. Hochul don't even do that. And she says that she's not going to allow Mamdani to raise taxes on her citizens. But listen, you said before you won your second term that you weren't going to raise taxes, but then you did with the congestion pricing. So not only did you increase the prices on your fellow New Yorkers, number one. Number two, all you've done was reallocate the dang pollution from to other parts of New York. So you're adding to the environmental crisis that the so-called green finger energy nonsense idiots, call them what you will. She's not helping the problem. She's not helping trying to solve the issue here. And she's not brave enough to stand up to Mamdani. And frankly, you guys, I got an issue with this dude. He is a Muslim socialist. I got a problem with that. And people can go ahead and be mad that, oh, Archelle, you got a problem with the Muslims. Yes, I do. And it sounds like it's a problem like I'm saying do horrible things. No, this is a Christian country. And I don't trust his ideas. I don't trust where they come from. I don't trust Sharia law. I don't trust none of that. I don't really trust it. I don't like the idea. I'm looking at, Ilhan Omar as an example. I don't like the idea. I'm looking at Rashida Tlaib as another example of what happens when you elect Muslims into office. We've already seen what happens when you elect people with different values, different, religions getting into office that are not in alignment with what you are about. We're making decisions about what's going on in the Middle East over these religions that have nothing to do with us, nothing to do with Jesus Christ. I got a problem with that. And we're going to see that implemented even in New York because of Mamdani's behind. He's a Muslim socialist. And we don't think this is a problem for New York. And for some reason, according to Bernie Sanders, based off of the question that Sunny Hostin asked, do you think this is the route that Americans should be going towards, at least that the Democrat Party should be going towards? It was single-handedly rejected. Okay. It's why it wasn't Bernie Sanders and it was Joe Biden, even though I think that they stole it from Bernie Sanders. But ultimately, if it was Trump versus Bernie Sanders, why Trump would have won in a landslide? America as a nation doesn't want that. If you didn't figure it out before, understand, Americans as a majority do not want socialism at all. We don't want socialism. We don't want communism. And I'm not saying that America is 100% a capitalist economic system. I do believe we are in a hybrid system. No thanks to the Federal Reserve. I believe it's because of them why we are here. We have a serious mistrust and a distrust of, the financial institutions. I think we understand this. Both as young people, as boomers, we have our suspicions about these institutions, okay? And we are trying to find new ways in which we can do our money, secure our wealth as a society, reduce the debt. That's part of it. How can crypto play a part of it or play a part in that? How can blockchain technology play a part in that? Decentralization, transparency, all these new things with modern technology, how we can make money faster. These are things that are happening in such a fast way that I don't even think we were prepared for as millennials specifically. If anything, Generation Alpha is going to nail it because they're growing up with all these advancements in a way that millennials did, but it's far more advanced than just growing up with YouTube and Facebook. That was a different thing. They're growing up with AI. Generation Alpha is growing up with AI and how to turn, a regular video of themselves into a cartoon. It's going to be interesting when Gen Alpha are adults. But long story short, you guys, just to understand what's happening here, that Bernie Sanders, as a sitting senator, believes that more Americans should be leaning towards the far left socialist ideas. Mamdani is definitely going to win. And you've already seen California as a prime example of this. The fact that you've got young people out here who believe that socialism is the way to go because their cities and their state governments do not respect them is insane. This is what makes him smart. Okay, Mamdani and the Democrat socialists. You tell them that your life sucks because of the conservatives, because of moderate Democrats. And that the only way that you're going to get the life that you want is if you give government more power, take over more parts of your life, take away more individual liberties, take away more opportunities for the private sector to thrive and for you to build a business and for you to gain wealth because they're just going to tax it from you the moment you get it. Okay? This is what they're trying to do. They sit there and they tell you part truth so they can sneak in and destroy your liberties, your opportunities, and then have the nerve to point the finger and say, it's because of the orange man. It's because of the pro-lifer. It's because of the conservative. It's because of the Christian. I'm sick of it. We're all sick of it. I wouldn't say we're all sick of it. There are some people who obviously aren't, but this is the reality. Obviously a problem. And something needs to be dealt about this. If New York, I think it's over for New York, you guys. I think give it a year. Mamdani takes office next year because I think he's going to win this mayorship. It's going to be over. Legalize prostitution, taxing the female body because he won't he won't allow it to be criminalized. I think you're going to find a lot of people are going to be asked out. Excuse my French, but I think that's what's going to happen. A lot more people are going to lose their money. A lot of young people are going to struggle even more so. And, hey, all for social justice and climate change, but that's what you asked for. But first he must suffer. And I thought New Yorkers were suffering enough. Maybe be willing to leave the state that doesn't respect you as a human being, as an individual, as an American citizen. And I certainly don't expect an immigrant Muslim socialist to understand what it means to be a Christian American. So New York is going to have to figure that out. And I find it just a disgrace that this man even has a chance, let alone is the projected winner. Insane. You guys let me know in the comments, get in the chat. Let me know what you guys think about that. Again, you guys definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, share the video when it's done, and all the rest of it. the whole enchilada. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up with the last story because at the beginning I told you I have a question for men specifically about how they spend their money. I'm going to give you guys a bit of the anecdote. Okay, I'm going to give the anecdote. There's no more videos for me to show you guys. It's just I'm going to give you the anecdote. Okay, so this passing weekend, I go to the store because I was going to a wind down. You guys know my story. Just moved, not trying to spend a bunch of money, but I was going to a wind down. And I went to the store to go buy a bottle of wine. I'm on my way to the store. I'm not even cute yet, right? Like my hair is not even fully done. Like it's like wrapped with a hat on. I don't go outside with the bonnets, you guys. Like it was literally pulled back into a ponytail with my cap on. My hair was not like outdone. I was not dressed in cute like at all. Okay. T-shirt, jacket, Nike jacket, and some jeans. I go to the store. I go up the aisle to the cabinet, the fridge cabinet that had my wine in it. I opened the thing and there was a man. He says to me, there was a man next to me while I opened it. Obviously, he wasn't in the fridge. He looks up and he goes, "Wow, you're gorgeous. Can I get your number?" "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. No, I'm sorry. I'm in a hurry. I'm just trying to get the wine." He's like, "Wow, but if you got a man, I will beat him up just to have you," he says to me. "Well, I believe you, but no, I'm flattered. Thank you." We get to the counter, I put my wine on the counter. And he tells, the gentleman behind the counter, "Put that on my tab. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to buy her wine for her." Now I'm going back and forth in my head, you guys. Well, if I let him buy my wine, it saves me a couple of dollars. But you know what? No. Mr. Man behind the counter, separate it. I'm going to pay for mine. I turn to the gentleman. "Thank you, but no thank you." "Really? I'll pay for it. It's okay." "No, it's not okay. I'm going to pay for it myself. I think it would be wrong of me to stand here and let you pay for something, and I'm not even giving you my phone number. There's no guarantee that I'm going to see you again. There is no guarantee you're even going to get my phone number, even if you pay for it. And I can't stand here and let you do that, knowing that fact." Now, and this is exactly what I said to him, you guys. Another woman might stand here and let you spend this money. But if she does, she's trash. And he went, "Wow, really? You really think that about women?" Yes, I do. I think she's trash if she sat here and let you spend money on her. She's not even giving you her phone number. I'm trying to understand. This is my question to men. Why do you spend money on broads who don't even guarantee you the phone number? Because I told the man, "Thank you. I'm flattered, but I don't think you should be spending this money on me. Like, honestly, I got it. Thank you so much. But, you work hard out here for your money. This wine, it ain't the most expensive, but, that was gas tank money right there. Okay. That might have been a loaf of bread for your cabinet for food. That might have been the difference between your phone bill being paid or not. Like, I don't even understand. Why do men spend money on women and you even get the phone number? And then let's say you do get the phone number. How do you know she's not giving the wrong one? How do you know she's not going to ghost you? Like, you don't know none of this. Like, people, men, this is for you. Okay. I respect your labor too much to let you be out here spending money on women that may not even be worth your time, let alone your money. Why did you spend this money on her? Because he was trying to spend that money on me, you guys, and I could not in good conscience let this man do that. I'm not giving you my phone number. There's no guarantee we're going to meet each other again. You guys, I kind of got a thing for the Irish. So yeah, I got a thing for the Irishmen. You can blame it on the soap opera Ryan's Hope. I do got a thing for the Irish. Ryan's Hope and Tom Selleck in Blue Bloods, because the Irishman, they seem to get it. Like, they get it. They don't like landlords, so they own property. Like, it just makes sense. I got a thing for the Irish, side note. But listen, I don't care if you're the Irish Catholic. I don't care if you are the man, the black man coming out of the ghetto, saggy pants and all, because that's the man that was trying to get my phone number. I don't care your background. I don't care your circumstances. Don't spend your money on these broads that you have no guarantee you're going to get the number. If you do get it, she may ghost you. And if she doesn't ghost you, she's going to try to get more money out of you. If she says she wants that first date to be a nightclub, she's not trying to listen to you. Okay. She's trying to get you to buy her bottles. You are free meal number 3 in her phone. Okay. If she got a problem with the beach date, if she got a problem with the picnic, they're very romantic, in my opinion. Very old movie, very classic movie like, right? Something very romantic. If she not willing to lay under a shaded tree and feed a man a grape, she not the one. If she not ready to pack a basket to go have a beach date because it's low cost, if not free altogether, then she not the one, yo. She not the one. Okay. You need to wait to get the number before you're willing to spend at the counter. And even then, Don't even spend the money until you get to the coffee date. Because, yeah, I might be willing to buy her a cup of coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, not Starbucks venti. You might go that far, but it's expensive. And these women, listen, my gender, the female sex can be highly manipulative. Okay. They want what they want when they want it. Okay. This is just how we women are sometimes. Okay. We just money. We're not budgeting. We don't even care. You might want to be responsible with your money, but does she have debt? Is she responsible? Does she budget her own money? Does she be getting food stamps and just so she can go out there and spend whatever cash she's getting on nonsense? She's trying to take advantage of you, men. And I gotta be careful. Women out here can be trifling. Women out here can be hella manipulative. And it's something that needs to be discussed because I got legitimate questions. How often does this happen to you, men, where you go to the store, you see a beautiful woman and she gives you a supercilious smile, ready to take advantage of you? Like, she looking at you like, oh, yep, that's another one. That's about to be free meal number 4. Yo. And she know dang well she ain't giving you her cell phone so that way you can see that you are listed as free meal number 4. If she asks for the first date to be the nightclub, you guys, she's not trying to listen to you. She wants you to spend the money at the bar. That's it. Okay. This is one of these girls trip kind of gals. This is one of these, she got mad bodies that she don't respect you. We don't respect your labor. I respect your labor too darn much. Okay. All hail the patriarchy. Okay. Y'all out here, you built civilization. I can do what I do because of you men. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. And out of that gratitude, I will say, look out for these women, because the fact that y'all out here spending money on women who don't even deserve your time, let alone your buck, is outrageous. I care about you. Some of these women do not. So, get in the section, get in the chat, get in the comments, and let me know, do you think it's okay for these men, for you men, not even these men, but for you men to be spending your money on women who don't deserve it? And women, if you're watching, yeah, be honest, okay? How much money have men spent on you, and how many men this month? Because I'm curious. Go ahead, however many of you are actually going to put it in the chat. I don't know, as far as how much money have you spent on these women in a month and you didn't even get the phone number? Disrespectful. Just disrespectful. And you deserve better than that. I'm grateful to the patriarchy. Thank you. And out of my respect and gratitude to you all, I'm telling you, don't waste your money on these women who are not even trying to get the coffee date. Okay. So I don't even understand why men do this to themselves. You shouldn't have to. You deserve more. I respect your labor. Some of these women do not. And you got to be very picky. Okay. First off, don't spend the money at the counter on the woman without first having gotten the number. And then even then, don't spend no money on her unless it's the coffee date that is the first date. This gives you an indicator of what kind of a woman she is. If she scoffs at it, she's not the one. And she's not the one. Well, thank you. It was nice meeting you. You're beautiful. Goodbye. And then you only would have spent money on a dang venti at Starbucks, which, almost $10, but it ain't 100. So that's something. Thank you guys for getting in on this live of Archie's Briefings. This was fun. And guys, again, get into the comments, get into the chat. Let me know exactly what you think we should be doing moving forward with the channel. I'm very excited to see how we're going to be moving forward, you guys. And, it's an amazing time. So I want to know, what days do you think are the best days, the best time to be going live? You guys are my subscribers, my viewers. I definitely want to get your feedback on what days and times are the best to do this. I'm really excited to continue to growing the channel. And are there subject matters that you would like me to cover in this new way of doing Archie's Briefings? So thank you guys again for watching. This was awesome. I'm definitely enjoying the lives. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. I can't wait to get you guys in the chat. So it's going to be great. Thank you guys again for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so the next time I go live, you guys are made aware. You're notified right away. Go ahead and support the channel at #RShellBranch. The links are always going to be in the description box after the video has been processed and all the rest of it. I'll add that later. But you guys know, love you guys, and this is going to be fun. Very excited. And of course, because it's me, you guys, Kepla.